July 1942, Operation Edelweiss. Hitler commits a huge field army against the Russians, pledged to stand firm or die. Stalingrad becomes a charnel house. Block by block, house to house, every foot of ground is paid for in blood.
Включая Сталинград.
Stalingrad, there were very few of us. We were always in the minority. It was hard, but somehow we shot down quite a few planes.
Over Stalingrad, the Red Air Force is reborn. America enters the war and launches a Lend-Lease policy that sends modern fighters to replace heavy Russian losses.
Die ganze Stalingrad-Armee, also die Russen.
When Lend-Lease came in, they got 40,000 trucks from America and 14,000 airplanes. And this is what Lend-Lease did, and this is what caused our downfall.
Suddenly, Luftwaffe dominance of the sky is no longer assured. German pilots must deal with a new breed of ground attack aircraft, like the Stormovik.
The Russians flew a combat bomber, which we called the cement bomber, or the IL-2 Stormovik, which was difficult to shoot down because it was an unusually heavily armored aircraft. The best way to bring it down was to either shoot up at the wings or the horizontal stabilizer by flying in as close as possible before firing. You had to know where to aim in order to bring it down. The dangerous aspect of the Stormovik consisted in the fact that it had a rear gunner.
Now the Soviets have potent weapons and use them with immense courage.
As a commander, I never thought about keeping up my subordinates' morale. The very situation itself, love for the motherland and of our people, that was enough. I never had to utter lofty, loud, or patriotic words, long live this or that or the other. I simply said, let's go, guys. And that was that.
With each month, the chances that this war could be reasonably concluded became less and less. We kept fighting, however, because it's unimaginable that a responsible German soldier would stop fighting when the fatherland continues to fight, when the fatherland bleeds. And even if they had every right, morally, they could not do it.
The German army is stalemated at Stalingrad. The battle will be fought through spring and summer and into the fall. The Germans dig in, braced for another winter. The Russians have other plans, a massive counterattack. November 18, 1942. 1 million Soviet soldiers, more than 1,000 planes, and 900 tanks are ready. The Red Air Force gives its best pilots the P-39 era Cobra, newly acquired from America.
At that time, the Cobra was an outstanding plane. There were 2 radio transmitters and 3 receivers, with 4 machine guns and a 37mm cannon. It was really a sheath of fire. If you got to within 75 to 100 feet of the enemy's plane and opened fire, the plane you were attacking would fall to pieces.
The massive Red Assault traps the German 6th Army at Stalingrad. It is a calamitous defeat.
In retrospect, Stalingrad was a crime. This was a crime of bad leadership. could they leave 320,000 soldiers to their fate without any pity? 180,000 were taken prisoner. Of those, only 5,000 came back home.
Hitler, livid and desperate, forces his generals to launch Operation Citadel, his plan to salvage the Russian campaign. Nothing will be spared. It will be a battle of titanic proportions. July 1943. Nearly 1 million men, 2,700 tanks, and nearly 2,000 Luftwaffe planes gather outside the city of Kursk. The Russians are warned by their spy ring, codenamed Lucy. When German Tiger and Panther tanks roll, the Russians are ready. Within a year, the Red Air Force has tripled in size. Major Vasily Kubarev, Red Air Force, wounded in the Battle of Kursk, he shoots down 10 Luftwaffe planes, 18 kills.
At the Battle of Kursk, I was leading 6 fighters, a group of 6 fighters. I was the lead man. We got into a fight with 50 German enemy planes.
Flog ich mit meinem Rottenflieger und traf auf Russen.
We encountered some Russians, and we engaged them in battle. I shot down a Russian, and he went down in flames, and I was blinded by the fire. As a result, I couldn't see another Russian approaching.
As a result of that battle, we shot down 5 of the Ju-87 dive bombers and 2 of their fighters.